it's Joelle from Sudbury again. For this week's side dish, I decided to make a baked potato with a black bean salsa. First thing, what I did is I took 4 medium-sized potatoes that I purchased at a farmer's market here in Sudbury. And what I did, I put the oven on at 400 degrees and I will be baking them for an hour. And while that's baking, I prepared our black bean salsa in advance. And what I started with is a red onion, and I cut, well, we'll be needing 1/4 cup chopped, so it's about 2 thin slices. And what I did is I rinsed the red onion under cold water just to take some of that strong onion flavor out. And then I chopped it up in small pieces. So I started with that, and then I chopped 1 garlic clove. But if you'd like, you could put more, or if you don't like that garlicky flavor, you don't have to put any. But I used 1 garlic clove chopped also. And then what I used is half a red pepper, and I chopped that into small pieces. Then I used a plum tomato. You can use any tomato that you want or that you have on hand. But what I did is I quartered my plum tomatoes and I took the seeds out and I diced it up. Then I put that in my bowl. Then finally I used my nice black beans. I took half a can of black beans, rinsed them under water and drained them, and then I placed it into my bowl. Then next we use some beautiful fresh parsley. And if you don't have fresh parsley, you can use the dried, but there's nothing that compares to fresh herbs in a salsa. And I place that into the bowl. Next, I use 1 tablespoon of canola oil. And the reason why I use canola oil, because I find that it has a very subtle flavor. It's not too strong, but you can use olive oil as well, or any oil that you have on hand. And then I used freshly squeezed lemon juice, and I used 2 teaspoons of that. So what I did is I mixed it all together, as you could see in the bowl here. And once it was mixed, I added a little pinch of salt and pepper. See all those beautiful colors? The green and the red and the black beans. And what I did next, I added a pinch of cayenne pepper just to add that little zing in there. But if you want to kick it up a notch, you could add a little bit more. Or also you could add a jalapeno pepper also if you'd like. But it's very flexible, this recipe. So what I did is I mixed all of these together. And next what I want to do is I'll put this on the stove top just to heat it through, just to warm it up a little bit. So we will put this on at medium-low heat. So we'll place that in there. Like I said, you just want to heat it through. You're not trying to cook anything, but you just want to get it a little bit warm. There you go. We'll get that in there. So make sure it's on, medium-low heat. We'll get rid of our bowl here. Next, we're going to take our beautiful baked potatoes, and what I did is I cut them already, and I took the inside of the potato out, as you could see. I cut it, and then I scraped some of the potato, and I reserved it in the bowl on the side. So I'll put that on the side here. And what I want to do is I want to take this filling, because the filling's pretty bland just by itself. I want to kick it up a notch. So what I'm going to do is use our delicious cream cheese, of course, and I used light just to reduce a little bit of the fat. And what I chose is the herb and garlic cream cheese, but you can use other varieties if you'd like. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use about 1/4 cup, but if you want it more creamy, go ahead, you could add more. It's a very flexible recipe. So we'll put that in there. And like I said, you could use other cream cheese. There's different varieties. And I have some displayed here in the front that I found at the supermarket, which I get very excited about because they come up with new flavors, it seems like every other week. And this one is sun-dried tomato and basil. I love sun-dried tomatoes. They're so delicious. And to mix it with cream cheese, wow, who's the genius that came up with this? You are great. And also there's the roasted red pepper also. So that would also go good with our recipe because we do have the red pepper in the recipe, in the salsa. So now we'll get to our potatoes. So because of the filling of the potato is still warm, you could see that the cheese is melting very nice. So we just want to get this going. And if you want to add more cream cheese, that is up to you. But that is great for me. It's nice and creamy. And like I said, the potatoes are pretty bland just by themselves. So this adds a lot of beautiful flavor with that garlic that I love very much. If I could, I'd probably add a few cloves in there myself. But okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna take this filling and we're gonna put in each potato here. So you wanna take about a tablespoon or so. Don't get scared to get dirty, just get in there. And you wanna push that in enough because we want some room for our salsa. So get that in there. There you go. See, it already looks pretty with those specks of herb in there. Like that, one more to go. There you go. Okay, so I'm gonna put this aside. And next I want to grab a bowl here. And next we're gonna use another cream cheese. So that's the thing, we're using 2 types of cream cheese in this recipe. You could also use 1, but I wanted to use 2 because I love cream cheese so much. So what I wanna do is use the onion and chive. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna take half a container of onion and chive. And I also chose light because I like reducing the fat as much as I can. But if you want to use full fat, that is fine also. No problem there. So we will put this aside. And what I decided to mix it with, instead of sour cream, I'm gonna use yogurt, Greek yogurt. I love the Greek yogurt. It just has this flavor to it. So we have that. This is a tablespoon of Greek yogurt. Let's put that in there. You could also put cream cheese on the top of your potato like people usually do, but the cream cheese just adds that flavor and it's really good. So we're gonna mix this up together, and you want your cream cheese at room temperature because it mixes a lot better. It'll make it nice and smooth. Perfect. Okay, so let's put this aside for one moment. We're gonna check up on our salsa here. Grab a spoon. Just want it to be a little bit warm. We're not cooking it. There you go. So we're gonna close this. And as you could see, this is nice and warm. See all those colors? And if you could smell if you could smell this right now, it smells delicious. What we're gonna do, I'm gonna take about a tablespoon and we're gonna put it on each potato here. You just wanna top it on. Depends how big your potatoes are. And you could also do this with small potatoes, and you could serve it as an appetizer also if you'd like. And it'll go a much longer way with the small potatoes. You could see there, look at those beautiful colors with that potato skin. Just looks really pretty. There, okay, so we're gonna put this aside. Now, what I wanna do, I'm gonna take some green onions. And originally, I was supposed to use chives for the topping, but since we had a snowstorm last night, my beautiful chives in my backyard got covered with snow and they're frozen. So here I am. I went to the supermarket and got myself some green onion, but they're both delicious. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna slice these just on an angle, just to make it a little bit prettier. And you just need one. One is good enough. There you go. Next, we are going to take our cream cheese topping and just gonna take a knife here to help me out. And you just want about a teaspoon or so on each. And you're just gonna put that on the top. Oh, look at that, wow. Gooey cheese, Put add on there. And like I said, you could put as much as you want. And you see how fast this recipe was? Doesn't take long. And you could prep everything in advance if you'd like. The topping, you could do that one day in advance. The salsa could be done the night before. But the potatoes, you just bake them the day of, and bam, you got this. And now we're gonna take our beautiful green onions, place these on the top like that. Oh, look at the green. Look how beautiful the color. I just love using fresh produce. Look at the colors on this, you see? One more thing. I want to add a little bit of paprika, just for a little bit more color. There you go. A little bit, and you could also use, if you like spicy things, you could also use cayenne pepper on the top just to add that little zing. And of course, I need myself, how to get a fork. And of course, I'm gonna taste this again. This is my favorite part. I love this. So dig right in. It's gonna make a mess. Yeah, it's gonna fall all over the place, but you know what? Doesn't matter. Because really, it's gonna end up in your tummy at the end of the day. That cream cheese. You taste the herb and garlic cream cheese, the chive and onion with those green onions. It's so good. And you can't, and these black beans, you gotta love them. They're so meaty. I love it. Well, I gotta go dig in this. I think I'm gonna eat them all myself. Well, I hope you enjoy, Anna. Bye.